mind me, I'm just trying to scroll and find the perfect Pinterest inspiration, but you know how that be with ADHD, autism, all the above most likely. Whose idea was this? Just kidding, it was mine. I really wanted to do a bullet journal spread after like a year, and yeah, trying to be creative after you are used to academic life and you actually have time now and energy. It's kind of hard, but that's what we're doing today. I am now update. I wanted a snack, so that's how it's going right now. But don't worry, we'll get to the actual video soon. I just got really hungry. Yeah, this is how the last 2 hours have been, just trying to figure out the setup and the wiring and everything, and like what to film. It also may have procrastination, but it's so weird because it's something I've been wanting to do a little bullet journal spread for my Japan trip. So why am I doing this to myself? Instead, I end up procrastinating 2 hours, but oh well. That's fine, and we're here. We're doing things. We will get into it right after I finish this popsicle. Oh my goodness. No one asked me for tech support. I am not an IT person for sure. Warning, it looks like there's a bit of a lag from like the audio and the video, so I'm trying to see if I could like fix that with editing, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, onward. No one asked me for IT support, I swear. So update, figured it out. Nice, thank goodness. It took me like 2 hours. But yeah, so let's get started. I've been staring at these guys' little faces the last 2 or so hours, and I really want to be able to use them finally. Put them to good use. I didn't intend to be like a collector autistic, but like I think stationery is cute, and I always think I'll have something to use for them, but I never. So now I'm forcing myself to sit down, take a rest day finally. Oh my goodness. Okay, update. It is now actually 7 o'clock. It's been a stressful minute just trying to set this up. Like, oh my goodness. I first tried figuring out to see if I could do both my iPad to film me and then my phone to film my actual live bullet journaling. But I kept getting annoying like feedback from all the sounds, but I hope you still appreciate the quality. I decided just to like stream this. I decided to record this on Streamlabs, and that tends to be the same thing, and I'll just keep like randomly panning in and out of the bullet journaling. But yeah, honestly, I wish I kind of had like a little arm thingy to kind of pan over the bullet journal. But oh well, we make what we do. We make do what we can. Rip. Okay, so first things first. So anyways, this is a first. It's always a first for everything. It's the very first time I'm doing like live bullet journaling and a stream, and that's why it took a bit and why it turned to night, even though I started filming this at like 2 p.m, but it's fine. I kind of got too frustrated after. So I actually just took a short break, but oh well. But anyways, it wasn't for like nothing. I actually really want to take my time, did some de-stressing by starting to outline, which is actually our very first step today for bullet journaling that I will be doing. So today I will be doing some little overlay snippets of how I'm doing my bullet journaling, little tips, little self-care tips. And yeah, let's get started. And of course I will be rambling as per usual because this is a podcast episode still after all. So yeah, so go ahead, and if you have a bullet journal, go ahead and feel free to bullet journal along with me, or if you're just studying or doing whatever's doodling, feel free to draw along as I ramble about neurodivergent life and whatever's. That was our poll that we voted on for this week. So let's get started. Alright, so first things first, here's my October spread and all my pens I threw out. They're a cute little witch, and I tried to draw Grim. It's kind of hard. I don't know if you could even tell. And I think I'll add more little Halloween motifs because it is October. And over here, it's quite faint because it is like the pencil outline. I drew this cute little mini calendar, which I'll be outlining. And I went ahead and just traced a bunch of other pages. Very, very rough draft. You can't really read it from this angle, but I will go ahead and explain it shortly after I start doing the line art essentially for it. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm using some Sakura Pigma? Wait, is that what it's called? Sakura Pigma Micron pens, and I actually have a little set here that I actually have not touched since like Christmas. Right here are my Sakura Micron pens. It's a little set of them. I mess up a lot when it comes to line art, but we will do our best here. Well, I tend to be very shaky when it comes to line art. I feel like that's part of like my own like fine motor skills. But that's fine, we accept it. I just have very shaky hands. but it's fine. Also, fun fact, if you guys didn't notice from my videos, but I'm actually left-handed, so I am literally using the reverse camera with my phone right now, so it looks like I'm using my right hand. So it looks like I'm using my right hand, but I'm actually using this with my left hand. So I am a left-handed girly. Yes, I do struggle with the left-hand struggles. These don't smudge for me even as a left-handed person, but I guess we shall see if that still holds true. Either way, I do take my time outlining things. But anyways, I just wanted to do a very cute little spread. I think, what is this, 0.5? But yeah, I'm going to use my 0.5 Sigma Micron pen to start off. I don't like having too thin of a tip or too thick of one, so I like to go right on in with it. Oh, it's already crooked. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Shh. But yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, thinking about how being ND obviously does impact much of our lives, different aspects, whether it comes to relationships, dating, school, pretty much everything, which obviously makes sense. I feel like it's a kind of redundant thing to make me think about, but how it really just kind of not formats the way that our life is, but on top of that, I really do just have these sort of thoughts, realizations, especially since I'm, you know, technically a sociology graduate, where we think about how intersection, different factors of people's lives tend to impact people's trajectories, where they go, their quote success and whatnot, things that are mostly out of our control, honestly. Like, for instance, I am an Asian American woman. I am also a-spec. I am demisexual. Like, that alone, that's a lot in this society. Specifically, I live in the US, unfortunately, but yeah, so I've just been thinking, and especially right now where I'm at as a 23-year-old, I feel like right now, the state of the world we're in, especially right now, things are very tense, to say the least, as an understatement, to be quite frank. And there's people wondering how are they going to afford their lives and stuff like that. We're all fresh out of college or getting through college or whatnot. There's a lot that we may want to accomplish, but the world may not seem like it's aligning the way we want it to, things like that. So I often hear and see and understand that there is a lot of fear, there's a lot of concern, like, hey, should I really still be, you know, having these dreams and whatnot of achieving and, you know, putting myself out there. And, well, I cannot be a spokesperson or whatnot. I am only one human being or individual who happens to have all these different intersectionalities. This is what I'm seeing from my perspective and everything. But for me personally, what's helping me get through it is basically just focusing on what I can do, what I can control. You know, I don't know if I'll be even getting into therapy school my first year and whatnot. I may not know what the financial aid options are by the time I get into occupational therapy school. I need an eraser, hold on. Ooh. Wait guys, I just figured out this has an eraser. I literally had this a whole year and I didn't realize this is a mechanical pencil, but it also has an eraser, but it's like the fanciest mechanical pencil I've ever seen. It's the 0.7 Sakura 127. That is so fancy. I don't know if y'all could see that, but anyways, yeah, so basically, to go off my little ramble, like, I don't know if this helps anyone out there as well, but I still think it's important to do what you can, do what's in your own hands, your own powers. If you want to protest, advocate. Most importantly, what you can do for yourself is just being able to advocate, protest if you'd like. Do what's most important is being able to take care of ourselves, and that is honestly the most that we can do. It's being able to be aware of what is in your hands right now, and honestly that keeps me from anxiety spiraling nowadays. So anyways, keep being you. And honestly, right now, as a multiply marginalized person, I feel like that is the most, oh wait, there we go. That is probably the greatest form of self-love, being yourself, especially with the whole controversies and everything right now. As an ND person, you know, it ain't looking too hot. You know, autism has always been here for many years, all I'm saying. So I've just been chilling here the last 23 years. And while my own life isn't perfect, it's has a lot of struggles, just living as an indie woman day to day, and life is rough. Life is not perfect. We're not perfect, but we are perfectly imperfect. There you go. I'm getting really philosophical here. I don't know, guys. Maybe this is what happens when I haven't had an artistic outlet in so long. I just realized I just automatically started coloring, but I just told y'all to just do the outline. I guess if you want to, go ahead and color too. I made a whole overlay presentation telling you what steps to do, but you know what's fine. You don't have to listen to that. So anyways, that's just my little ramble talk. Getting that little philosophical ramble advice out of the way. I guess I did not. This is entirely unscripted, by the way. So yeah, basically keep being you. And you know, life is not perfect, life is chaotic, it is messy, but the best you can do is, you know, roll with the punches, as they say, but also like try to protect yourself as much as possible. At the end of the day, you will have to live with yourself till the day you die. So be kind, be nice to yourself. And I say that as someone who has had, you know, anxiety, depression, whatnot, as a fellow peer, and you know, it does get better. To be honest, not even like two years ago, I'd say, before I had the whole transfer experience and getting into college, university and everything. Dude, we just came out of a pandemic, like, literally not even, was it 3 years ago? Oh my goodness. And honestly, I didn't know what was gonna happen either, but hey, somehow I made the most of it, and hey, we do not know what tomorrow holds, as that one saying says, but the best we could do is be kind to ourselves. To see the rest of it is to be kind to ourselves, and that's what we can control. You know, protecting ourselves, try to interact and engage with people who uplift you, who do not drain you, if possible. You know, everything in your environment very much affects your mental state and how you get on with and how you get through your days. And life is pretty long for the most part. And life is pretty long. It is the best self-care, honestly, to just put your energy into what matters to you. Whether that's bullet journaling, like this for me, which I have not done in, I think, a year. But, so take notes, though. Make sure that you schedule in your own self-recharging time. I feel like that is definitely a must for neurodivergent people. You do not need to be a life coach, self-coach, or whatnot to know that. And basically, it's simple. Just be sure to put aside time and energy for yourself to recharge. Do something that you like and enjoy from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. And whether you're a student, you're working, you may be at home, you're in between gap years like I am, life is tough, and it's important to just be able to give yourself that time and energy, even if you feel like you don't deserve it. Especially if you're like imposter syndrome, you're perfectionistic like I am, there are many days where I feel like I don't deserve rest and whatnot, and you deserve it, and you've always earned it just by existing, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, this is a deep talk. It's definitely not what I've talked about before. But yes, anyways, I'm almost done with my outline. So anyways, that's my little pep talk for today. Now we shall move on to more nerdy ramble, because I want to talk about my hyperfixations lately. Like, oh my goodness, I have so much fun stuff going on this next month. Oh my goodness. So we got Japan trip like end of October already. I'm so excited, oh my gosh. And I actually wrote this later on the planner, as you'll see, but I am planning to do a whole little spread, packing list, itinerary, things to do, which, wait a second, I probably should entirely do if I don't want to be doxxed for the itinerary part, but I'll see what I do. Actually, you know what, I'm kind of lazy. I kind of don't want to color all of this. You know, it was supposed to be a very minimalist bujo, but your girl got creative. By the way, for reference, I have taken no art class until recently just because I had to take one for like my OT application. They wanted at least one art class, but oh well, I ain't complaining. I mean, it's kind of annoying because they tell you what to draw, but otherwise I got some skills. I know what a kneading eraser is, which I actually used to help my bullet journal today. Forgot to mention that. That's a small tip. If you tend to have a heavy hand like I do, and like whatever you put your pencil down, and there's just a lot of value and you want it to be lighter with whatever you're drawing, just use a kneaded eraser, just lightly kind of roll it across the page, because that's what I did, but that's also why it's too light and you couldn't pick up on the camera earlier, but oh well. But anyways, I'm gonna finish this up real quick, but oh my goodness, October, bless. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. October is not my favorite month. I usually got pretty spooked by it because, you know, Halloween season growing up and everything. And I'd be pretty freaked out because there'd be all the, you know, Halloween stores and whatnot, the scary props and everything. Which, by the way, your girl, I am a softie, as you could probably tell after all of my like anime videos and everything and interests, and oh my goodness, I could not deal with anything scary. Here, I already have anxiety, some social anxiety too. Yeah. I don't need extra cortisol in my body. Here is the first page I did. Oh my goodness, I think it's really cute. I'm just gonna color this in later with Crayola Super Tips. I'll show you guys the finished product later in the video. Oh my goodness, I think it looks so cute. It's supposed to be like a you persona, I guess, me? And then they're supposed to be grim. Yeah, I can't draw cats, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, isn't it cute? Ah, alright. Alright, so I'll be finishing up the outline and I will cut back to the next step.